Hey everybody, I wanted to go ahead and check in with y'all tonight before we get started tomorrow on the online classes, and just wanted to touch base on what everything should be looking like. So when you log on to Canvas, it looks a little different now. This is your landing page when you come to the AP Stats class. A couple of things up here at the top. You're going to find some new modules. One's the distance learning module, and that's got all the resources and stuff I need you to read and or download, things like that. And then the links to our Zoom meetings for office hours are in an office hours module. Put my email address on here too. You can also message me through Canvas. And then also we need a super mighty baby chick to motivate us to be awesome for the last little bit here. So when you click at your modules, there's a few things I need you to take a look at. So distance learning resources. If you have missed it, TI has gone ahead and set up a link for free Inspire software. So you can download it for the computer, or they have it free on the iOS store for iPad. They don't have it up for an iPhone or an Android. Sorry about that part. So if you have a PC or a Mac, you can download it, or you can put it on an iPad. That's about it. Then, actually, let's do that one. And then next up, our textbook is available for free online. You just have to go do a few steps. So here are the steps to go through. You've got to create an account. And then, like I said here, write down your password. I won't have access to it, so write it down so you don't lose it. And then go through and set it up. And everybody's got their own unique, crazy-looking code. Just you go ahead and put that in. It is a one-time use code, so don't accidentally grab somebody else's, because then they won't be able to download their book. So you have your textbook and you'll have your calculator. I can't do a whole lot for you in regards to notes, except that we already have our most of our notes posted on Canvas. You still have access to the old Canvas course, so you can go back and look at all of the stuff that was posted from first semester as well. If you haven't had a chance, I would love for you to go through and read this philosophy for the rest of the semester. It's just basically pretty much how I'm approaching this, and I think it's worth taking a second and reading over it. All right, and then here is the kind of general schedule, very loosely. And so this is still a little flexible in that I'm still adjusting to info that College Board put out on Friday, but this is basically what we have left. And I did spread it out a little bit on purpose so we could go a little slower than I would have done in class, since we are doing this online. So this week we're going to talk about doing 2 proportion tests. So we've been doing 1 sample Z tests and Z intervals for P. Now we're going to do 2 sample Z intervals and Z tests for P. And we'll be covering that this week. I'm anticipating that being 2 quick videos. 1 video on confidence intervals, 1 interval on statistics tests, or significance test, I'm sorry. They are really similar to what we've been doing. It's just slightly different formulas. Then next week, we'll do the same thing with means. We'll talk about 1 sample, their T tests for means, with confidence intervals and significance tests. The week after that, we'll do difference of 2 means, so that'll be 2 samples. And then the very last thing we're going to end on is probably the easiest thing we've done all year. It's doing linear regression. We're modeling linear data. So writing equations of lines from data points. If you had your TI-80 whatever back in the day, you did StatCalc 4 for linear regression. It's that same kind of stuff. We'll talk about what it looks like, be dealing with correlations and scatter points. Some stuff that might be new, we'll be talking about residuals and things like that, and being able to tell if a line is a good fit. But that's it. That's the last thing. So then we've got 4 weeks left after that before your exam. So what we're going to be doing for that, Stats Medic is a resource I've been using fairly regularly. It's a lot of where our activities come from in class. They have an online AP exam review, which is really solid. Lots of great activities, work for you that you can do individually. You can go back and work on things that you need to know that maybe you personally struggled with back in, like, say, Unit 4, and you need to go back and catch up on that. Or if there's an entire chapter that you're like, you know what, I just didn't get that, you can go back and take a look. So they have videos, they have scaffolded notes that you can use, they have practice problems, all kinds of awesome things. Well, I had looked at it and it costs about $30 a person, and unfortunately that was just kind of out of our budget as a school, because 24 of you times 30, you do the math, it's going to end up being quite expensive. But because of the coronavirus thing, they decided to go ahead and open it up for free this year. So that's a huge option and huge resource for us. So that's probably what we're going to operate out of for those last 4 weeks. I'll be assigning modules, we'll go through and review, and then we'll do probably a little more face-to-face Zoom interactions as we're going through there to go back and kind of look at questions. So if you have any questions on that, this is kind of our basic schedule. I'm anticipating things being due on Fridays of that week, but I am flexible. So if that doesn't work with some of the assignments you're getting from other teachers, just let me know. We'll adjust. Completely dumb fun thing. If you want, I am bored, and I remember what it was like to be in high school over the summer and stuck at home and not have anything else going on. And sometimes checking the mail was the highlight of my day. So if you want snail mail and you just want me to send you something in the mail and some dumb math thing, you are totally welcome to do that. Click on the link. It takes you to a Google Doc. You can go through and give me your address and everything. That is completely optional. You don't have to. All right, so that's the module for all the resources. The next one down is office hours. So I have 2 set up for next week. I have one Tuesday at 4 Eastern and one Friday at 1 Eastern. Office hours are completely optional. If you are kicking butt and taking names on the material and you don't have any questions to ask me, I don't need to see your face. That being said, if you're really stressed out, you have questions, or if you just need to see somebody and talk to somebody who doesn't live in your house, you are welcome to jump on those office hours. Those should not be like if you have a 25-minute question. All right, so if you have something that's super in-depth that you think is going to take a lot of time, just send me a message and we can set up a one-on-one meeting and go through stuff. That's totally fine. Just, but for those office hours, hey, can you go back over this? Or I didn't quite understand what you said in these notes. Can you help me out? Things like that. Or homework questions. All of those kind of things. All right, and then what I'm going to do is set up, actually let me get out of student view here so I can show you. This will go live tomorrow night, or I'm sorry, tonight for y'all, but I'm setting up new modules like this. It says week number 1, and so I'm going to put in there the video. I'm going to put in the notes that are blank if you want to print them out and fill it out. I'm going to put in completed notes if you don't have the ability to print them out, so you can at least see and follow along as I go through it. So those will all be there. I will be posting a calendar with homework assignments, so you can go through and work on those. And then I'm going to put up some FRQs for you to practice on. In case you missed all of the hubbub from Friday, AP has decided that you guys are going to be taking your tests online at home. It's going to be a very short AP exam. It's going to be 45 minutes. All FRQs, no multiple choice. So I am anticipating, based on the timing, that that's probably going to be 3 FRQs. They're going to tell us April 3rd what general area they're going to be on. So we'll know if it's, experimental design, if it's describing data sets, things like that. So they'll tell us, give us a little more detail April 3rd. And that'll help us set up our review. And we'll focus on those. So that's the big news in regards to AP exams. If you, they are going to give you the option to cancel without penalty, meaning UNCSA wouldn't lose our money. If you decide to cancel your AP exam, you would have to take a Miss George exam. So you wouldn't get out of completely taking a test. So we will be, as a staff, meeting to discuss once they kind of give us some more details. AP is still just dropping new information. A lot of this was brand new. Some of it got put in an email we got. Some of it got dropped on Twitter. Not everybody is on the same page, I think. So we're giving it a little bit of time to see what they say. And then we'll go from there. I think that's pretty much it, all I have to tell you, but this will be how everything's going to work. I am going to put a discussion board in there for you guys to ask each other questions, and I will check in there as regularly as I can, but if you have a question, pop it up. Maybe somebody else can help you before I can get to you, and we'll go from there. All right. I did have a request for some form of assessment grades. So both, tests so you can kind of see where you're at. I think we're definitely going to go toward the not really a quizzes that we did that one time, where it's just so you can work through and see what it would be like and make sure you're on track. But I also had some requests for grades to help boost you up a little bit. So I am definitely taking all of that under advisement, and we will see. My plan is unfortunately changing daily. So once I get that nailed down, I will let you guys know. But I am definitely open to suggestions. So if you have requests, if you think you have questions on things that will help, please let me know. I know I did have one request to make sure that we continue to do the one sheets, so that will still definitely be a thing. We will keep those in the loop. And I think that's it. If you have questions, especially if you need something, please let me know. Shoot me an email, send me a Canvas message, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks, y'all. And all the new stuff will go live tomorrow morning, okay? So just be patient and bear with me, and it'll all go up tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.